What is good? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be talking about the massive auction house crash in NBA 2K23 MyTeam. Now, before we dive any further in that, if you are new to my channel and have not yet, make sure you guys do smash that subscribe button as we are on the road towards 120,000 subscribers. Now, the first thing I will say is I noticed this when I saw Vince Carter barely go for 200. And he's a top 3 or 4 shooting guard in the entire game, barely getting 300,000 MT. Then I went and I saw a Hero Yao barely go for $1 million. And then this Tim Thomas is obviously a Hero TT only at 604,000. So here's the big summary, okay? Manu, that used to cost 15 million MT a week ago, is now probably 6 or 7 million MT. Now, is that cheap? No, but it is a big crash in my team that deserves and needs to be talked about. And so I'm going to make a video about it. So obviously the heroes is one thing, okay? Even the Joel Embiids of the world used to be 400K. I know Manu used to be really expensive. Paul George used to be really expensive. And the Tuesday heroes probably are still going to be relatively expensive, but it's came down in price. But the bigger deal here is even when it's the Vince Carters of the world. He is dirt cheap, and he is absolutely incredible. You want another guy that's absolutely incredible that's going to be dirt cheap? This Yao Ming. Not dirt cheap, but really cheap. Dirk, really cheap. Everything is now decently cheap in my team. And this is what we have needed, man. We have needed a massive auction house kind of crash because it stayed high. Now, this Bobo is still really pricey, but everything else is relatively cheap. Now, why is this happening? Well, I don't know for sure. One thing I can say is I saw a tweet about the MyTeam mobile app that I think was released on Android. And that was a big way that the MT sellers were basically able to farm MT. How and why, I don't know. I don't know how the MT sellers necessarily do it. But that is why there is so much MT in circulation. Because it doesn't make sense, right? Pack odds aren't good. It's not easy to make MT playing the game. So the supply should not be there of MT. How would the supply be there? It shouldn't, okay? But the problem is the auction house represents the supply. And why is the auction house so high? It's because the supply was high. Why? It's because of these MT bots. And so I'm hoping that my team finally got them under control, because that is a big reason people aren't having fun playing the game anymore. Because number one, you're banning people from buying MT. Okay, that's part of it. I get that. I get the reasoning behind it. But on the flip side of it, that's going to make things way worse for the average person that plays my team. Because now the average person, again, is not going to be able to even remotely either lock in Chet or Manu, right? It's just not realistic. It's not feasible. This Ben Simmons for 60 with 64 Hall of Famers is only 1.1. That's not even bad at all. Yao Ming about to expire. He's at 800K. I mean, these prices are way down from what they once were. And if they get these MT bots under control, we're going to continue to see the market decrease. And that, I think, is really valuable for getting people back into playing my team. Now, again, I'm hoping that this is a solution and not just a temporary fix, because, again, it doesn't make sense. It's always been something in the back of my head that hasn't made sense to me is, why is the market so hard? Because I've said it so many times. It is so hard to make MT by playing the game. Now, yes, if you work the auction house, you know what? If you sit on this Galaxy Opal filter for long enough, sure. You know, there's going to be stuff that pops up. You're going to be able to make some MT. Stuff like that. But for the average person to play my team, you're not going to make a ton of MT. And pack odds aren't good. So that goes to the question is, number one, pack odds did get better. I agree. I know that pack odds got better. But I think the bigger story here is the fact that I think maybe 2K is starting to crack down on the MT bots. That's the only even remote solution I have for this Vince Carter being one of the best shooting guards in the game, going for 200K. Now, I know his pack odds are decent, but still, 200K is really, really, really cheap. Even you can go back to this Titans drop. Ben Simmons going for 200K, really cheap. This Yao going for cheap. Obviously, he's not expiring. This Dirk going for really cheap. Even this interdimensional set, you know, obviously Bobo is really expensive, but Luka going for a lot cheaper. KG the other day was 700K. Now he's 300K. I mean, these are big price decreases in my team that were so needed for the average player just to have more accessibility, right? Just to be able to afford the average person in my team. So I'm hoping it continues in this way, in this direction, because that to me is a big, big, big step. Being able to maybe get this Hero Yao, again, he's not expiring yet, but being able to get him for 1.5 million MT instead of 2.5, instead of 3. Being able to get Tim Thomas for 600K instead of 1 million MT. Being able to get this Bobo for not 2-3 million MT. Those are the steps I think my team needed to take, and I'm hoping that this is, again, a fix instead of just a temporary stop, because the auction house has been so high for the last how long? It has been. Like, you've not been able to get a top 3 player at a specific position in so long, especially if they are a dark matter. So Vince, a good step in the right direction. Again, I do feel like his price is eventually going to go up because I don't think this is going to be a permanent fix. But the fact that you can get Vince for 200K is crazy to me. The fact that you can even get the Ben Simmons for 200K is crazy to me. The fact that, you know, you could maybe, I don't even know what Galaxy Opal Yao is going for now, but you can get this Yao. It doesn't look like for a super expensive price. These are things that are so important and that are gonna get people back playing the game. Because right now in my team, it's ran by Minute if somebody has him, or the Yaos and Tacos of the world. And if the average person can't just play the game and get the MT for them, they're not going to touch this game. They're not going to touch the mode. It's just way too hard to build that really good squad that can compete against some of the best cards in my team. And so that's why I think this is, I'm somewhat optimistic on this, is because look, even if this Chet could be somewhere under $1 million, that's a massive step in the right direction for the people playing 2K. Just making things more accessible. I hope pack odds get better. Obviously, that's a big step. But the other step is controlling the MT that's been flooded into the game. Stopping the basically auto MT bots from being in my team is going to really, it might be one of the most important things my team can do. If the game becomes more accessible, that's going to be big for people getting back into it. And again, Vince is a small example, but he's a big example. Even if people can go get this Eclipse Yao, obviously he's not the Dark Matter Yao, but if they can get him for 300,000 MT juiced up with 27 Hall of Famers, they don't need the Dark Matter or Hero Yao. They can get that Yao and use him and have success with it. It's the same thing with Taco. I bought this Taco last week for 300K. Now, at least on PlayStation, he's a lot more common. He's probably going to be nearly 200,000 MT. So I don't know for sure if it's a buyer's market or if it's going to continue to go down. All I can say is I do think 2K controlling how much MT is being flooded into the game by these, I don't know, MT farmers is what I'm going to call them, is a big, big step in the right direction. Because there's no way anybody could realistically lock in Minute without buying MT or spending thousands of dollars. It's just not the way it is. And do I think 2K intended it to be that way? Probably not. Probably not. But with how much MT is being flooded into the game, these prices have just been absolutely ridiculous. So that's kind of the main thing I would say and hope for. I mean, a few days ago, this Yao, even when the new Yao came out, Yao was still, you know, I'm not gonna say cheap, but he was still not that bad. Like you could get that, like I mean, what I'm trying to say is now he's not that bad. When a week ago or whenever Yao came out, I want to get the exact date for you guys. He was actually really kind of expensive. Even the Galaxy Opal Yao was still 600, 700K when he came out, like on May 5th, May 6th, May 7th, May 8th, whatever. But since I don't know for sure, but since that app has kind of been deleted or non-existent, these prices have came down. I don't know if this is a permanent fix, but I'm going to say it. I do think If MT buying is somehow stopped permanently, and these MT farmers are stopped permanently, it's gonna make the mode so much more enjoyable for the average person. It's a buyer's market right now. I'm gonna tell you how it is. If you have a decent amount of MT, I think it's a great time to build your squad. I'm not telling you guys to go spend millions on Yao, millions on Ben Simmons, millions on this, millions on that. I'm telling you, if you can get Taco for 200K, Galaxy Opal Yao for a decent price, you know, this Ben Simmons for a decent price, it is a good time to build your squad up. Just because who knows how long this is going to last before the MT farmers are back and the auction house is back to being just kind of a mess. Because, I mean, again, I've had a ton of MT, but when cards are 700K a piece, it's just no fun. Now for, you know, a million MT, you can buy Yao. You can buy, as long as he doesn't go crazy in this last minute. You can buy Taco. You can buy Ben Simmons. You can buy Vince Carter. You can buy enough cards to build a solid clutch time squad, and just a squad you can go out and enjoy using. It's not what it was a month ago, and I think we're taking very small steps in the right direction. Still, we've got a long ways to go, but yeah, the market's really not made sense to me for the past month or so, and so the fact of the matter is, if prices do start going down, it's just gonna make it more fun for the average person playing MyTeam. I think that's ultimately what the community is wanting. That's what we're grasping for, is just more fun playing the game. I literally bought this Yao on my no money spent for like 600K a few days ago. Go back and watch my no money spent. I did. And now the fact that I'm seeing him about expire for 267K is crazy. Even if his price doesn't stay that low, it just shows how low he truly can go. So big time market crash in NBA 2K. Obviously, oh shoot, I just messed it up. In NBA 2K23 MyTeam might be, even if he goes for 400K, might be worth looking at for you guys. A Yao with 27 Hall of Famers for 400K is way cheaper, you know, than we have seen previously. And even if we go to this hero Yao, he's only at 800K. A week or two ago, he was 2 or 3 mils. So keep that in the back of your minds. Market crash at this moment right now. Didn't predict it, but it's where we're at. Not a great time to sell, but if you are looking to get back in MyTeam, if you have a ton of MT, not a bad time to build that squad up. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.